Hello, my name is Chris Eichorn. I'm a sales engineer with Deep Instinct, and today I'd like to present our Deep Instinct's endpoint malware prevention solution. This agent is running on our agent 3.3.1.12, and it is running on an engine, our D-Brain, that was trained over 10 months ago, back in February of 2021. And this is to show you how our product, using our deep learning technology, will prevent malware, pre-execution, unknown and never before seen, with near 100% accuracy. Now, we'll start off by bringing up Task Manager, and I want you, while I'm doing this demo, to pay attention to the very low CPU and memory utilization of this agent. It has very low impact on the computer. This is a Windows 10 VM I'm running this on. And what I'm going to be doing is going through these test cases that are going to attempt to download known malicious files from the internet utilizing this Python script. It goes out and reaches out to a very well-known repository to download very recent files that are known malicious, and it's going to download those and attempt to download those to disk. And what you'll see is that our detection engine, using our static analysis engine, will analyze these files byte by byte as they're being written to the hard drive. And once it determines that they're malicious, it will prevent that file from being written to disk and quarantine it. Users will never have the option or the ability to accidentally or unknowingly launch something malicious. We'll start with documents. Very common, someone in HR looking at resumes day after day, gets them through email. It would not be difficult to slip malicious payload, malicious macro embedded Word document past. As much as we try to train security awareness in our companies, people are the weak link. They're going to click on things they shouldn't. Let's see what happens when we try to download 10 malicious documents. Our deep static analysis engine kicks into play. 10 for 10, all Trojans blocked, all known malicious documents. I don't know what these are. This wasn't prepared ahead of time. It's going out and just looking for recent malicious files. Let's close this. Here's where those documents would have been downloaded. You can see they have not been. And here are the hashes for reference. If you were to look up any of these hashes online, you'll see that it's going to be some malicious known file that was uploaded to that repository within the last day or so. All detected on a deep learning engine, our D-Brain, that was trained over 10 months ago. Get rid of that. PDFs. Another way to weaponize documents and get embedded malicious code into an operating system. Let's attempt to download these. Tried this earlier, and there were only 4 that were recent within 24 hours. And as you can see, it attempted to download 10. It only found 4 more Trojans, all blocked. Nothing downloaded. And the only 4 that it was able to find that were recent, here are their hashes for reference. Horrible executions. Now, this is obviously a big one. Malicious executables, DLLs, whatever. Here we're going to have 20 of them attempt to download to disk. And what our engine is doing is analyzing these all byte by byte as they are downloaded to the disk, and it stops them in under 20 milliseconds. All 20 of them. Worms, backdoors, spyware, potentially unwanted apps. So click through these. Sometimes you'll see ransomware, spyware, there's virus. Again, all of them stopped. Nothing actually hit the disk, all quarantined, and the hash values for reference. Now that's all our static engine. Now, with near 100% certainty, nothing's a silver bullet, nothing's foolproof. You're much better positioned using this technology than anything utilizing primary, looking at just hashes, definition files. or even machine learning. This deep learning framework is very powerful. And as I'll show you, it also detects fileless attacks, such as this credential dumping. Now, what this is going to do is just use LSASS and proc dump to try to dump to memory and steal credentials. So I will run that. And there it was, it stopped. Credential dumping behavior using our behavioral analysis. This is our, what we like to call multiple swings at the same pitch. If for some reason something got past our static engine, which is very unlikely, or it's a fileless space attack, something's trying to inject into code or into memory or PowerShell script, as you'll see, it still blocks these files. Here was the dump file, 0 bytes. It did not succeed. Same way with malicious PowerShell script. This one is going to attempt to go out and download Mimikatz and evoke it and dump credentials. And what I'll do is just copy that here. And we will run that directly in PowerShell. Now, just to show you, we're not blocking PowerShell. You could for select users. You have that ability through policies in our console. But in general, PowerShell is working fine. But when we try to run this malicious script, the behavioral analysis picked it up as a malicious PowerShell command execution and prevented it. Same thing with another PowerShell script. As you can see here, this is an encrypted 64-bit command that it's going to attempt to run in PowerShell. And if you go out to base64decode.org, I encrypted this file. It's attempting to inject into memory another encrypted file. I further tried to encrypt this. I even uploaded the file, and the website even blocked it. Known Trojan. This is definitely something malicious. So what happens when I try to copy that and run that right from the PowerShell command? Again, blocked. Behavioral analysis, malicious PowerShell command execution stopped. So there you can see that our engine that is over 10 months old, not only with its static analysis, stopped the download of dozens of known malicious files that were all within a day old. It's not looking at hash values. There's no definition database that it's comparing to. It is analyzing each one of these files byte by byte in under 20 milliseconds as it's being written to disk. Nothing can touch the disk. So now I have prepared a selection of 100 known malicious files that were defanged from a cleanware generator website. This will showcase also our low false positive rate. All of these files that are being written to disk right now are successfully being written to disk. They're all executables that have malicious hash values associated with them. But again, we are not looking at hash values. That's not how we're determining whether something is malicious or not. You can see disk goes up. That's the OS extracting these, writing them to disk. Our agent still relatively low. CPU and memory. This is 100 files that it's writing and scanning. And every one of them hit the disk. No alerts, nothing to worry about. These have all been defanged, regardless whether their hashes are known malicious or not. Nothing there. Nothing for your SOC to worry about, chasing down false positives, researching, trying to figure out, is this something they should be worried about? Now what I'd like to show you is if I disable our agent, and let Windows Defender become the default agent, antivirus agent on the machine. Nothing against Windows Defender. This is just a test that I have readily available. I can do a side-by-side comparison. See, we get the security prompt. So Windows Defender has now taken over. I should have shown this prior. Deep Instinct was listed as the virus and threat protection before it was disabled. Let's see what happens when we try to extract all these. Now, as you can see here, anti-malware service executable, that's really pegging the disk. Threats found. It's really churning here, trying to analyze these files. And right now, it's basically just looking at all these hash values. Oh, that's malicious. That's malicious. Peg in memory, CPU, while it analyzes all these files, much slower, trying to extract them. And this is the noise that a SOC would have to deal with and respond to alerts on all these false positives. Now, again, we can definitely go through more of these. We can do specific use case demos based on what you want to see more of. We can get information on all of these examples I've shown you to show that this is not something we pre-staged to ensure that we look good. I ran scripts that pulled live malware off the internet, and every one of them were blocked. And see, this is still going very slow, very resource intensive just to detect these false positives. So I hope this has been insightful, and it really showcases the power of our deep learning technology. And again, I want to stress, this is pre-execution. This is before these files even have a chance to hit disk. Our engine can detect whether they are malicious or not, as well as fileless attacks after the fact. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it.